Hello, it's Helen from Authentic Awareness of You with the weekly tarot card reading for the week of April 21st to the 27th. So let's see what surrounds us for this week, shall we? So, what do we have happening? We have, to begin the week, the Monday and Tuesday, we have the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is a chaotic card. It can be about conflict. It can be having to get in there, do stuff that we don't really want to do. We're not in the flow. It usually can bring change as well, but it's not an easy flowing energy to be around. We may find our energy is just a bit up in the air. We can't really concentrate on things properly. We may just find it a bit testy and a little bit rough for us. But it's kind of like things come up at us that we might have to look at and to deal with. It's a bit chaotic. It feels like a bit of a whirlwind is happening. So that can be the Monday and Tuesday. But it can be the conflict card. It causes us to have conflict within ourselves. So something may come up that we get ourselves into a bit of conflict, and that can certainly be an external process, and it can be an internal process as well. So Mondays and Tuesdays are a bit up in the air, chaotic, perhaps, a little bit all over the place. The energy is certainly not settled when you come to Monday and Tuesday. So then we come to the middle of the week, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is the ending card. It is the surrendering and letting go. Now, this can be a thought process. It can be some part of ourself that we're actually releasing. So with the Five of Wands, certainly something may come up and test us. We feel like we want to go into conflict. We want to respond to that energy surrounding us on the Five of Wands. We want to take action. And as we come to the middle of the week, which is your Wednesday, Thursday, this is kind of like a Wednesday. We'll get that real feeling of something's gone, something is over and done with. This Ten of Swords usually is the card of surrendering over to something because something new is coming along. But it certainly is that card of, look, you can't take this any further. You've literally come to the end of whatever that story or whatever that conflict that you've been facing or carrying around with you. It's come to an end, and let it go. So it's that surrendering over to it. Just let it go. It's come to an end and it's finalized as we come to the middle of the week. Then as we come to the end of the week, we have the Eight of Coins. So the Eight of Coins is the work card, but it's a much more solid and stable card. And it's a practical card. It's getting down to the everyday issues. It's focusing back on the job at hand. It's that daily work that we do. So it's like we're in a flurry and chaos and conflict at the beginning of the week. Something certainly settles down, something ends, we surrender to something, we let go of something about ourselves. The situation is over and done with now. And as we come to the end of the week, we have this sense of probably a bit more purpose, was something I thought of then. Getting down, getting back into the work, being practical, doing the day-to-day things that we actually have to do. So the beginning of the week, we may feel a bit tested. We may feel that we have quite a bit of conflict around us. We realise things are definitely ending, things are definitely changing. And as we come to the end of the week, we get back down to it. Things settle down to us. Settle back down for us, and it's getting back into that, being that very practical, being solid, being grounded energy. It feels very up in the air at the beginning of the week. We're tested, we're in conflict, it's chaotic, we're kind of all over the place. Things end, things settle, then we move to the end of the week and we come back to a place of feeling a lot more settled within ourselves, feeling more grounded as well. But I think it will be a week of change. Things will come up at us. We'll look at things. We'll let things go. And then it's like we get back to a much clearer space for us to work on. And then we can start working on the things that we need to. It's like we have to really kind of release something, let something go, clear something up at the beginning of the week, your Monday through to probably even the Thursday. And then when we come to the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're focusing a lot better. Things are back down to earth for us. We may find that we'll be able to sleep a little bit more as well. We may find the beginning of the week we've either got too much energy, we're feeling slightly stressed by things that we can't really settle. So it doesn't feel like a very settled beginning of the week, but we do come back to being a lot more settled. But it may take some work of being grounded, focused, and practical whenever we possibly can do that. because we may find with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords that that's not really possible. It's like something comes up for us and we really have to let it go, but we do let it go, we do surrender to it, but it will cause a bit of chaos and conflict around us. But we do settle back down. We do find our sense of peace and calm again with the Eight of Coins. So bit of a topsy-turvy week, but there's no major arcana cards, so that's always good. These are just sort of everyday stuff that we actually have to do and focus on. So, but it will be a bit of a testy week. It won't be necessarily easy. Some of us won't feel up for it, but we might have to sort of get in there and participate with things that are happening around us. But know that whatever's happening, we will find some ending and we will find some resolution as we come to the middle of the week. And then we can feel like we can get back down. We can settle back into whatever it is. Settle back into things, because something will end and shift and change for us. But a little bit testy, I think, is the best way to describe this week. So I hope you handle it as much as possibly as best you can, which I'm sure you can, and just concentrate on the Eight of Pentacles. Be grounded, stay focused, be practical. So I hope that helps you, gives you a few tips for the following week, and we shall see you next week.